Mathematics is a universal language. It doesn't matter where you are, in which country do you live, which language do you speak. Mathematics is the same for everybody. Wherever you are, you need math. True outcome. Math is life.
Alright, in this video, I want to go over two concepts. Good numbers, bad numbers, and how to start. Okay, someone shout out a linear binomial. X plus 2. You said x minus 2, right? Minus. So we're trying to get some random numbers for you guys to work with in our mathazon polynomial project here. And of course we don't want to give everyone the same problem, so we roll the dice to make it a little bit more varied. And we talked about good numbers and bad numbers. So I have a height that is an expression called x minus 2. And on the dice are what numbers, class? 1 through 6. Okay, so the numbers I roll are going to go in for where? X or the 2? The X. Those are my inputs. Okay, talk to your partner about what numbers can we put in for X. And when you actually use simplify, what are some good numbers and bad numbers? Talk to each other 15 seconds. Ready, set, go. What are some numbers? What are good ones and what are bad ones? I'm going to call on students. You got to tell me. Anush, tell me a number. 5. He rolls a 5. Okay? We put in 5 for here. Class, show me a thumbs up. It's a good number. Thumbs down, it's a bad number. Thank you, Ashley. Thank you, Victor. Okay, look. 5. Class, what's 5 minus 2? Can you have a box that has a height of 3? Yes. 5 is a good number. Okay? Alex, give me another number. 4. Give me another number. What did you say, Alex? 1? Talk to your partner. If you roll a 1, is it good or bad and why? Talk to each other. Ready, set, go. Allison, who's your project partner? Who's your project partner? Alright, Eric R. What happens if we roll a 1? Oh, you're Eric R. He's Eric M. Sorry. Too many Erics. Nancy, if I roll a 1, what becomes of my height? A -1. Question, Nancy. Can you have a -1 inches? We would have to go into the movies, right? I could see Doctor Strange like opening a portal and somehow the height's going somewhere. So we cannot have negative heights. That means that there are certain numbers that are good numbers and certain numbers that are bad numbers. Talk to your partner about, partner A, explain what a good number is in our problem. Partner B, explain what a bad number is. And if you guys can extend it to domain and range. Which one is domain, which one is range? What are good numbers, what are bad numbers? Ready, set, go. How would you summarize good numbers, bad numbers, and extension if you can explain the domain and range? All right, Fernanda. You want to pick good numbers or bad numbers? Good numbers? Okay, can you summarize to us what good numbers are? And then I'll repeat it for everyone to hear. She says that good numbers are 3 and above. Okay, what makes them good numbers? When you subtract it by 2, you won't get a negative number. Thank you. Jonathan A. Bad numbers are anything under 2. What happens if we have a bad number?
When you subtract it,
We get a negative height. Okay. Raise your hand if you think the dice represents the domain. It's a tough concept. It just means all the numbers that are inputted. Okay. So the domain is any numbers on the dice. What are the numbers, class? 1 through 6. Okay. Our range is the output of numbers. Yes? But here we are, a fancy word is we're restricting our outputs. We don't want negative heights. I don't want a 0 height because then your box is just what? Flat. Okay? So what's the moral of the story? If your number is a what? Good number or bad number when you roll? A good number, do you have to roll again? But if it's a bad number, what should you do? Roll again. Let's move on to how to start. So in the project paper, remember if you missed the previous days, you can get to this Google document going to the week at a glance, and I've posted some videos. I gave you a problem where it tells you the volume. So I highlighted that in orange, and it tells you the height. I gave you a binomial. Okay, orange, yellow. On the back side, if you turn and fold your paper hot dog, I have 2 sides here. One side says letters, and the second side says numbers or dice. Okay, a lot of students want to skip to like level 2, but they haven't leveled up, right? They have to do the letters first. So we have a formula for 3-dimensional rectangular prisms, length times width times height. And I copied that formula again on the left side. Class, what does the V stand for? Volume. The volume we already gave you. So whatever you have on this side in orange, you copy in orange, right? You do a substitution here. The H stands for what, class? The height. Whatever I gave you, you just write right there. Okay, now pay attention. You're trying to solve for each length, width, and height. You already have the height, so this is multiplication. The opposite is what? Division. Okay, so if I do division, this will equal 1, it goes away. And then you're going to do a division problem. What type of problem, class? Talk to your partner 5 seconds. What are the 2 ways that we've done polynomial division in this class? What are the 2 ways we've done polynomial division? Back at 2.4, which was like 2-3 weeks ago. How do we divide? Class, one of those is? Long division. Raise your hand if you like long division. Okay. The other one is called synthetic division. Okay. So from orange to yellow, what are you doing, class? You are dividing. You get to choose. One period, they chose in their group, one person did long, one did synthetic. They realized it wasn't the same answer, so they had to think again. Okay. So once you divide the orange divided by the yellow, okay, this would be the dividend, this would be the divisor. Pay attention, your answer after you divide is called the quotient. That's purple. Class, what does the purple represent? The quotient or your answer, okay? Now, I want you to think about this. If I gave you a polynomial or a quadratic equation, it has 3 terms. How do you go from the equation to parentheses? you would do what? You would do your, what video game? Your X factor or your X box. So divide, get an answer in purple, and then use your X box to get the blue and the green. Okay? Pay attention. It doesn't matter which one, but one of these will be the L. Class, what does the L stand for? Good. Length, and the green, one of them will represent the width. Okay, so today your goal is to do the left side with letters, show your work. Okay, then when you're done, you're going to then use your dice roll you have over here to put it into your length, width, and height. Then you're working with numbers on this side. So to summarize, work with variables and X's over here, then use your dice roll after that. Don't skip that step, okay? Okay, so once you solve, you have your given height, your length, and your width. You can move over here to side number 2. These will be a binomials, so x, I'm just going to make this up, x plus 5, x plus 6, x plus 7, and then whatever your dice roll is, you put in for x. Do the math operation, you'll get a length, a width, and a height, and then you can use that to start building your box, which we'll talk about tomorrow, and also to figure out how to figure out what is the cost of making the box.
M to the A to the T to the H. Math is awesome. Mr. Ng's videos teach you a lot about math and to show your work, because if you don't show your work, then that's cheating, and we don't do cheating.